the power of shifting paradigms and challenging what we believe is true about the world, our global beliefs, our general beliefs, the rules we have about allowing ourselves to live rich, abundant lives. This is really what I want to share with you. And yeah, I'm standing here in a burqa. I'm in Saudi Arabia, and I never dreamed that I would one day be doing this. It just wasn't in my bucket list. And it's so interesting how profound it is when we choose to take ourselves out of the situations where we are always comfortable and let ourselves be open to amazing lessons and learnings. And that's really what I want to share with you today, about when we're able to take ourselves into different situations and just be open to see what they could bring us, what amazing, wondrous, wealthy, juicy lessons and experiences. It's amazing what shows up. So let me get rid of that for now, since I don't really have to have my head covered chatting to you here today. So here I am in Saudi Arabia. I think I've shared you with you before. Dave, my husband, is living here now, and I'm coming to visit him. And I have to admit, I was pretty about coming over. I have so many beliefs around the Middle East, challenges for women and women's rights and liberation, and also just for myself, what would it feel like to have to be covered, to not be able to have a choice of going where I wanted, when I wanted. And actually there was quite a lot of judgment, if I'm completely honest. And it's really interesting. I mean, as we know, we project things in our life. And so I consciously said, okay, let me be open about what this experience might be. And it's been such a reminder to me about, firstly, why do I love taking myself into new places, into different cultures, living in different areas? Because I'm constantly then re-switched on, and I notice the beliefs I have around about life. Beliefs not just around myself or how life works or religion or family units or love, but beliefs around abundance, about wealth, about money, about work. And whenever I take myself into a new space, it's like there's a fresh slate, when I'm given fresh, clean eyes to see what is around me, but also challenge my beliefs and notice which of those that maybe don't serve me, which beliefs that where I thought they were true or absolute, and now I've got them challenged, it gives me an incredible power to go, well, what other beliefs in my life maybe aren't serving me? Maybe beliefs around making money needs to be hard and a struggle, or work is difficult, or running a business needs to be a full-time, all-consuming business. That beliefs around how I can allow abundance and support in the things I want to come into my life. Maybe they can come in all sorts of forms and don't have to come only from within me. And so how does this come about? So here I am going out in a burqa, and one of my beliefs was this is really about oppression to women, that they couldn't have their self-expression. And it's been so interesting wearing a burqa and going out and noticing how I feel about myself, and noticing of letting go any sort of aspects of defining me by how I look or how I dress. Quite enjoying covering my head and seeing what that feels like, and then taking it off and noticing. And then also noticing not all burqas are created the same. I've actually got some burqa envy, starting to notice smaller details and a different form of expression. It's also challenged my beliefs about freedom, and that I had this very much belief that men are then allowed to do whatever they like, but then the women are very restricted. And it's been so interesting because Dave has now been able to go to a whole lot of places and do a whole lot of things that I'm now with him, which he couldn't do as a male on his own here, which is really, really interesting. So that challenged about my belief about freedom, that actually there's a whole lot of things that are available, but only available for women or families in that unit. And so another thing, for example, I can't drive. A woman can't drive in Saudi Arabia. They always have to be driven by somebody else, by a man. And that was also going, oh, my right to get around. And when I chose to look at it from a different way and went, wow, maybe that's actually from allowing myself as a woman just to be supported and escorted around, that I've got somebody who is looking after me and caring for me. I don't have to worry about the traffic and dodging in and out. And it really reminded me that any situation, we have the choice about the meaning we choose to give to it. Do we choose to go to feeling frustrated or self-indignant or self-righted or this is not fair? Or do we choose to say, how else could I view this? How else could I view, you know, my money situation or my debt or my work? Could I choose to find great things in it? Now, please, I'm not dismissing a lot of the challenges that are in these regions, a lot of the challenges for women, but I also realized by me choosing to only have pretty fixed views and not being open to look at things from a different paradigm, I was also negating the most amazing people who are in every region, in different circumstances, who are doing incredible things, that I was being equally dismissive. And when I opened myself up to viewing things in a different way, wealth of experiences just flow into me. So I hope maybe just sharing some of my insights about being here so far and about what I'm choosing to notice will help you maybe consider taking yourself into situations or different paradigms that might really help you challenge what we believe. You know, there's a great saying, it's not what we believe that is the greatest challenge. It's what we believe with absolute certainty that just isn't so, that are the things that trap us in. And so while I'm challenging my beliefs, my paradigms of what's sort of great, not great, what is freedom for me, I hope that you can challenge some of it and say, what are the situations that you can take yourself in just to challenge your paradigm? Maybe it might even be just taking a different route to work, going to an area of your town that you haven't been before, going and making some friends or doing something that you didn't think you would enjoy or experience, and maybe you'll be open to a lot of great treats and surprises and really enjoy it. And I'm setting off very shortly. Yes, I'm being driven by a driver off to go and explore some souks and some markets, a souk, and see what I can find. And in fact, I might just be really enjoying by myself another burqa or two so I can express myself in a different way. So notice where you're judging, because judgment of situations is usually a reflection of judgment inside ourselves. Notice what you're believing with absolute certainty, which maybe is keeping you trapped in a different way. Notice the meaning you're giving to situations, and maybe if you could look at it and give it a different meaning, it might bring you a whole lot more joy and wealth and juicy living in your life. So I'll see you again soon, and keep living that rich, juicy life. Bye for now.